Hello, this is Pastor Corey Sulian, and today's date is May 20th, 2023. Let me give you my soul winning testimony of the day as well as a tip of the day. Today I went soul winning with our church-wide soul winning time. It's Saturday, and we meet together at 10:30 and have a 30-minute soul winning rally. And then at 11 a.m., we go out soul winning until approximately 12:30 or thereabout, 12:30, 12:45, something like that. And so I took someone with me today, a man from our church who just started coming to our church about 4 or 5 months ago, 6 months ago. And this was his first time to go soul winning at our church-wide soul winning time. First time going with me. And we went out knocking on doors. We probably knocked on, a dozen, 15 doors altogether. A lot of them, people just weren't home. They weren't answering the door on Saturday morning. And this teenager came to the door, and this happened to be a house where I saw someone saved about 20 years ago. He's 15. And so his mother lived at that house when she was a teenager. And so I started talking to him about the Lord and everything, and they don't go to church right now. His family just moved to Commerce City. It's about 40 minutes away from Longmont. And he just happened to be visiting his grandmother in Longmont, and he answered the door. And I got to talk to him about the Lord. He was so polite and so interested in finding out about how he could know for sure that he'd get to go to heaven. And I got to share the gospel with him, pray with him, and he prayed and received Christ as his Savior. And it was just a really awesome soul winning experience. After I got done leading him to Christ, he then told me, he goes, "My mother came to this church and she was baptized here." I said, "That's great. About how long ago?" He's like, "Before I was born, when she was a teenager." I thought, man, how exciting is that? About 20 or so years ago, I met his mother at that very house, led her to the Lord. Some other family members of hers were saved also. I don't remember exactly how many, but she rode the bus, came to church, got baptized. And then now 20 years later, I meet her 15-year-old son and get to share the gospel with him, and he prayed and received Christ. So what a blessing that was. That encouraged my heart. Now, let me give you a thought or a tip of the day. The Bible tells us that there is joy in the presence of the angels over one sinner that repenteth. Now, a lot of times people have misunderstood that verse where they say, the angels are rejoicing in heaven. No, that's not what the verse says. The verse says there is joy in the presence of the angels. Now, there's only two different people that are in the presence of the angels, and that's it. Number one, it's God himself, or Jesus. Number two, it's other Christians who have gone on to heaven before us. Think of it this way. When you go out and see somebody saved, you are stirring up heaven. You are literally putting joy in the heart of Jesus and also in the heart of anybody, relative, friend, anybody who knows the person who's getting saved. I believe that with all of my heart. The Bible tells us, obviously, that Jesus sees everything, and he sees every time a person gets saved, and obviously they're calling out to him for salvation, and he's there to answer. And I'm telling you something, there is nothing that you can do for Jesus that will put more joy in his heart than to help someone get saved. I mean, there is nothing. You can go to church, that makes Jesus feel happy. You can put money in the offering plate, tithe, give sacrificially, support missions, all of that. It makes Jesus feel happy. You can do right when nobody else is looking. And again, that will put a smile on your Savior's face. But I cannot think of a single thing that will give the Savior more joy than when you share the gospel with a lost soul and they pray and receive Christ as their Savior. Think about that. The most amount of joy that you could ever give your Savior in anything that you do is leading a lost soul to Christ. There is joy in the presence of the angels over even one sinner that repenteth or gets saved. Then not just your Savior, but anybody that knows that person who's in heaven. Anybody. family member, friend, it doesn't matter, preacher, I mean anybody. When they look down from heaven and see that person getting saved, I'm telling you, they're shouting. They have joy in their heart. So today, this is Saturday. Obviously, depending on what time of day you get to watch this video, but you get to do something if you're going soul winning that can put joy in your Savior's heart and joy in anybody that's in heaven that knows the person that you're witnessing to. The Bible tells us in Hebrews 12 verse 1 that wherefore seeing we are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses. That's right after Hebrews 11. And Hebrews 11 gives us the hall of faith. All the different men and women that are mentioned in Hebrews 11 that died in the faith, they lived by faith, the great hall of faith. And then it starts right off in Hebrews chapter 12, wherefore seeing we are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses. I believe everybody that's in heaven has an opportunity to witness what is going on down here on earth. I believe that. And I don't know that they're just up there 24/7 watching, but they have an opportunity to do that. And boy, giving those relatives, those friends, preachers, whatever the case may be, giving those people who are in heaven joy because someone they know is getting saved. Oh man, that just thrills my heart. I mean, it just does. So soul winner, when you go out and see someone saved today, know that you are helping to stir up heaven. You are putting joy in the presence of the angels. You're putting joy in the heart of your Savior and in the heart of any person that knows the one that you're leading to Christ, that's already in heaven. What a blessing. So I'm so glad that every day of my life, I can give my Savior joy. And that's what soul winning will do. So don't ever despair. Don't ever think, is this really worth it? Am I really making a difference? Absolutely you are. Every soul you lead to Christ, not only will they be in heaven forever, but you're putting joy in the heart of your Savior. Just wanted to share that with you. Go see someone saved this weekend. Man, I hope you have a great day in God's house tomorrow. God bless you.